I asked them to,
Okay, cool.
but there was one guy that didn't show up, so we still have one member sign.
Okay, I was just.
It's, I think he's, no, I don't think we'll need to, the one that didn't show up was Armando's Tacos. And he has a food truck, so if he shows up, this week, and you think about it, you can take the sign.
Okay.
And ask him to keep the series. And they all wanted their clear tape to take their windows and stuff, so. That's really cute, Preston.
What band are we? Band of business. Us.
Yeah, it says, and only on that. We got a form band real quick. He never announces himself.
He's the stuff. Bart. Is he Bart, Sharon?
Oh, yes, he does. Yeah.
He's so cute. Wow, we shrank. We're not an intimate table reality here. Oh, hi.
Hey.
No? It's a neat test. All right, well, we've got all the members here, so let's go ahead and start. Well, he's not a member.
You wanted to leave it open in case I didn't show up.
Did you ever hear back from Ryan?
No.
I didn't send him a text. Cause I think he maybe is involved with the firefighting.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I never heard that.
Thought of that.
All right, are we recording? All right, let's start. We'll do call to order, Dana.
I'm in order.
Dave. I'm here, Beth. Christina, and Steven. And then Shirley.
Here.
Right,
What about Alvin? Alice. Oh, Alice.
Yeah, that was honorary member.
all right, let's go ahead and start with item number one, email blast discussion.
This came up, Beth and I were talking about how it'd be great if we had a list of people we could email if there's a town council meeting or something that we need folks to come support a measure and or just volunteers.
Or if that's even like appropriate for the SAB or just needs to exist in Ridgway.
Right, exactly, just like an idea, see what you guys think and maybe we want to.
So just,
Yeah, Beth, do you want to say anything?
yeah, I mean, honestly, I floated this to a couple of folks because I don't actually think it's a function of the SAB. I floated it to you too. Because I think this being a quasi being related to town, it's not really the SAB's job to advocate for passage of, I mean, we can say this is why, but it's not really the SAB's job to like rally folks behind measures. So happy to talk outside at SAB with anybody who
I see.
is excited about doing something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems like more of a individual thing, so us as individuals.
Is really, yeah, I think,
Yeah.
We are like-minded individuals in some ways, but can, as individuals.
happy to chat with the
Yeah,
vision.
maybe I have my thoughts on that, we can talk. Yep.
Yeah.
I'd offer through events like. Maybe waste station management or the EV ride and drive, you know, having, like a sign up list for individuals interested in getting. SAB specific information or
That's great.
calls to action, volunteer opportunities, I think, there's nothing wrong with having. That list available when folks sign up with their email addresses if you are to. Ever try to get the word out or support on something. That makes sense.
Yeah,
That might be a good
less
start.
political,
Okay.
less political, more
Thanks, Chris.
active.
Might still end up with a good list.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe a volunteer, or, yeah, I mean.
I need volunteers. Thursday.
Okay, the second item, the new item guide, your application lease.
Updates, things.
Right.
All right. I have updates and requests. So Molly sent over a poster today, with Molly from Equal Action Partners, and we spoke last. Molly, Kendra, and Nova at Clear. And so we're getting the ball running for Saturday, the 8th of August for the Rendezvous Festival EV Ride and Drive. The museum folks are having to have us again. So that's my first request, is about who on staff is able to be there on August 8th. Because not only this year are we doing the EV Ride and Drive like area with you know, people coming in a dealership and all that kind of stuff, but also we're gonna have a booth right outside the Rendezvous Festival as soon as we get like official permission from the town to do that. So we'll have a booth and then we'll have the EV Ride and Drive, two separate things. However, EV Ride and Drive would be shorter. It'll be, I think, we said 11 AM to 2 PM. Because we're asking all those volunteers to come with their vehicles, so we had a shorter time period than
You know,
11 AM to 2 PM. And then the booth is 9 AM to 5 PM, the Rugby Festival.
That's good.
And so then we'll have Clear, Equal Action Partners and SMPA all kind of like mostly at the booth in the Rendezvous, or sorry, right outside the Rendezvous. So technically, and then some folks will go over the EV Ride and Drive, and that starts from 11 to. Equal Action's gonna like cook some food over there too, we'll try to get people that way to go check it out. S&P is also kind of floated that they want to do a raffle for folks who come to the booth to win an e-bike. Also,
Those awesome.
They're giving away, but.
Who's doing it? SSTA?
well, it's not in concrete yet, it's not in stone any, but yeah. SMPA kind of floated the idea to the Equal Action Partners,
Cool.
they would do that. If people signed up for the green thing.
Oh, that is so smart.
And then we're also gonna ask a electric or one of the bike shops here to come, like show some EV bikes to the ride and drive down at the railroad area, so those could possibly test drive that. I haven't asked them yet, so I don't know for sure how they feel about it.
Showcase like, E-related bike items or any bikes.
Bikes.
Okay. Yeah, does Ridgway Adventure Sports have e-bikes?
Nate
Rents them.
works on them.
I know they rent them, I wasn't sure about the bike they were across the street, like shop that he says.
Nate,
Oh, is that neat?
yeah, yes.
Okay.
He works on them.
Sells it. It works.
I'm not sure it sells them.
Yeah.
Or he works on
Yeah,
Yeah, if you guys know anybody.
yeah, we go to invite any bike sellers in town to, or renters in town, just to give them an opportunity to showcase their.
That's what I was gonna say, I think invitation to all of them.
Okay, that's a good call.
all of them.
All of
yeah,
them.
They both like.
Yeah.
both.
Or at least making them aware that they can participate if they have. What we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Is there any, I assume we'll have to have some kind of a waiver or something for that, no?
Probably.
People fall off. Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe they can just use their rental, I mean, it's already, they're going to use their rental.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's a good point, is, those shops would have their own
Oh, that's true.
application process for and liability.
Absolutely. Also, we were thinking for the EV writing drive too, of having like a little. Kind of like making it of a car show, sort of the way that, you know, kind of has turned into, basically just having a place where folks who come to the railroad area can vote on which one's their favorite. You don't have to drive it, obviously, they just go around and meet the people and. You can do some sort of raffle or some equal actions like that.
And knowing your activity makes it better. Yeah.
And then, of course, we're talking SMPA to provide lunch. To the volunteers, so. Cool. Alright, so I still talk to the budget people. And I think that's everything with the update here. Oh, that's right. Also, Eco Action Partners was wondering before they go and try to find this stuff elsewhere, if anybody has any electric lawn equipment or anything that they want to bring, let people use, would you let me know, or you'd like to let them know? Sure.
I have, we're not heard and be here, so we can figure out. Figure out just plans.
Okay,
One more.
okay, lower's fine.
The town. Does it, other groups have a test, span of lower than.
Oh.
You said, they go to some, I never within the terrain, but I see,
We want some electric dirt bikes.
yeah, I don't think we. Or.
These rides, you don't, you want them. like,
Someone would
yeah,
find, right, yes,
You extra things.
the electric dirt bikes, motorcycles, e-bikes we can hear, but motorcycles, I think, yes.
Yeah.
You want me to send you the contact of you organizing the cars?
Yeah, and I sent you a list,
Yeah, I'll bring mine.
Okay.
Maybe I could bring my Model 3 again, although I was in a long term work the table, so I wouldn't be there if it's 25. It need to be this 25.
Somebody needs to be with you. So.
Yeah, well, so yeah,
But you can take a break, table and let somebody else.
yeah, everyone, we'll see how it is, yeah, it's fine.
That's true, okay, yeah,
Let me know if they have any other models for you.
Yeah.
okay, that sounds good, yeah. Even if it's just us two that there, that you have to go for that. Alright, I'll send an email to you guys following up on exactly what. Like lower. Sure.
Related to this, I had an idea, it might be kind of powerful, or make it look more interesting to people if we had a sign for all of the SMPA rebates and
Yeah.
the amount. And basically a sign for each one of the things that we have that we're displaying. It's an 8x10 or 8x11 sign saying the SMPA rebate $50 for whatever it is. With the thing, you know, in front of it and behind it, or you know, but somebody to make it real apparent that, hey, you get one of these, you get money back.
Like that.
And we could have a sign that have all the rebates, maybe we should do that too, but having a separate sign for each piece of electric equipment, everybody that we stand out. Right? And I think this is probably the non-starter, but I was wondering about, talking to somebody like Cam Electric or somebody that's pretty into the heat pumps and maybe heat pump fire heaters, and see if they'd be willing to come participate, but also maybe bring a sample of a heat pump in a water heater, same thing, and how that.
That'd be cool.
So I'd be willing to call it, and like, I think I'd probably say no. but
Fletcher, of Stellar Air,
there's-
he's a big heat pump guy, and
I guess he had an inventory, I mean.
Cause Cam, they do the electric for heat pumps, but they don't do the installation, they're not like, they're battery storage.
I put 2 heat pumps in 2 restaurants in town, with the same person, Jordan. I mean, he's in Montrose. He installed them, maybe that's the person who should.
Well, I can talk to, this guy's name is,
Fletcher. Seven possibly.
Yeah, I think that's how it's.
Yeah.
I do worry they're gonna have much less interest versus the things that are things you can touch, lawn equipment, bikes, dirt bikes, cars.
But if you could bring one in and look
Great,
at it,
you-
and see,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat to see what it, plugging in, what's happening.
yeah, because they're so, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the optimal application, heat pumps. Because if you don't have a heat pump right now, you're suffering.
Right.
Seriously.
So maybe you want.
That's absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, those houses with heat pumps feel very fortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so, I think
That's a
heat
big
pumps
difference.
sell themselves. It's actually, fires get increasing, they're not always here in town, but we get smoke and, the ability to keep the air outside and not go through the windows.
Should I contact?
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Do you think I should contact Fletcher first? I mean, or both of them, I don't know, Fletcher might be more interested in doing it because he's trying to build his business. More so than Cam, I don't know.
It was really electric.
Yeah, but, actually, is it Phyllis Newman? SMBA, I was talking about it and how, alternative power is now in business these days, that, is trying to put up some of that.
Well, alternative power, to me, again,
I know there are some better pictures for.
Um,
And the very few road. Bills in with like, well,
really? Oh, no.
no, you're thinking.
I'm digital power. Willie. Yeah, Willie and Mark, I mean, they're,
Really puts in heat pumps all the time.
yeah, so.
But I don't, he has a good inventory. I was thinking somebody like Stellar, that if that's his business.
I don't know, I was just thinking. Willie,
Oh, really local.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, really, for you.
Does it do heat pumps?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a great one.
yeah,
And Fletcher's in Placer, he's doing a project right around the house, he did Terry's.
yeah, so Willie and Mark, who works with him, that's what we found.
Okay.
And,
Or his silence.
Is this potential power?
digital power.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm still.
yeah. I mean, I just-
Well, so, why don't you contact Fletcher? I know Taylor really well. So.
You, okay, all right, then I'll,
He's interested in participating.
if they have something.
Yeah, imagine Willie, and the only reason Willie had one is because he's installing one for somebody, I don't want to display that.
That's fair.
Maybe Fletcher has some use of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great if we could actually stick one out there for the day, but people could look at it. And sign on it that says $500 a day for it.
Okay.
Really. Okay, so I'll. And then were you gonna try and get some volunteers from us?
To see who's available.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody could do tabling on the, that Dana would be here anyway, with your, Dave, you'll also be here with you. Will probably be there too, okay? Or you guys know.
No, I'm here, so, yeah, I'm not really use, it's just, yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right, looks like we've got, on TV. All right. I'll send you guys a follow-up about the months. Just to get a list. And then for the electric home tour,
Not only concerned with the lake and lawn, but what the idea is just the noise, and also the potential of throwing a rock or something like that.
it's a good point.
All those people who are here, in the room are here. And the music is right beside us, we need to really think about that.
That's a good point. We don't want to run.
Where do we situate things that, yeah,
Just being thoughtful about it.
yeah.
How important do we think it is that we got that? If you just display them, not say this.
If they wanna use them, take them to the other side of the building. or
Yeah, you
something.
can walk around the building.
Exactly, go to the firehouse and use it over there or something. But,
Is there any liability issue with this?
I don't see a lot of liability issues as long as the person who's operating it. I'm just concerned that we don't really have stuff that happens. So I think we need to carefully choose where we.
And ideally, we would have at the booth, if somebody wants to try something out, have somebody at the booth go with them and try it out. So it'd be kind of, I'm just a little bit paranoid about people and doing something wrong and having their finger off.
I mean, you can have the equipment out there, and you don't need to have the batteries and stuff. So that you think about,
Right,
if they don't really want to try it, then you pull the battery out. And
but I think in that case, I think we think something, so they go with them.
Right.
Thanks for all the work.
yeah, it was great.
I guess the nice thing about this, the guy partners is not very playwright, they're very motivated to help us out and make this one as successful again, because they're still in favor, they just, last time, I went to that, make this stuff knowledge.
Yeah, they said they're not doing the e-ride very much anymore, except for. So,
That's good, it's nice to have this.
So, I mean, the hardest thing you can brag and proud of was getting people there. So, posters are great, but anything you guys can do to help talk about and.
Well, I think having.
Well, having the booth though, really, like,
Will help a lot.
yeah, we should have a big poster and then it says TV
yeah.
this way.
Do we still have anything of those times? Yeah, I guess we printed them up every time and put them on the sign. So that's something that, thought that maybe we should, get some signs.
Yeah, and where they, sweet probably.
I think it's worth spending a little bit extra money and having them put on, the plastic of all vinyl wire, and then we can save it. From year to year. Well, not that, I think we'd probably still place them on the sandwich boards, so they're not really expensive. Doing what we did for the,
How big do your additional signs?
Yeah.
I have some, sleeves that's way too many, that are about this big,
yeah.
that I would have to donate.
You got a bigger,
I think this sign, you could have a bunch of
Yeah.
this size, just. So I could happily donate those.
Okay,
Okay.
that'd be
I
awesome.
give some.
so if we do the
Yeah,
same,
it'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, what do you think? I'll use that doesn't.
Okay, okay, thanks.
And it'll be on the, event calendar, or on the calendar, yeah.
Right. I have not seen it.
So it's pretty big. Or yeah, you can post it yourself.
you can remember to send the poster that they made. The meeting to I'll put it on the website.
Okay.
For the people.
You were here for the last meeting, you really, well, I realized everybody here might have put a QR code, there's a QR code for our website. I think that QR code should go on everything.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
And
I didn't know.
Leah has it,
Okay,
Leah has it, and she just has to send it to you and. You know, put out these sections,
okay.
you know, you do what you do. I understand it.
Alright,
That's for SAD.
that's the website. Okay. Okay, changing gears, so you guys know that I brought this up at one of our meetings, the Ridgway home tour. Does those home tours, is that what, or the home trust does the home tours? And I've asked them about possibly doing like a partnership where we could showcase some of these fully electric homes. They said, yeah, potentially they are interested in doing that, adding an electric home to the home tour this year or next year. They asked though specifically, if we want to do that, they'd rather it be in, Dallas Meadows, Dallas Court, County Road 5, local Eagle Court area, because that's where they want to keep the tour. And so
Peter Phil and Butler.
Dallas Meadows, Dallas Court, County Road 5, Gold Eagle Court.
Okay, we'll sit down.
Well, we go parties.
Yeah, that's, I think it's all.
stay over there.
Just like, cause they usually alternate. Ridgway, you're right, I guess they're fine. More through Ridgway, so.
Alright.
Does anyone know the electric?
I know one, Tricia,
Yeah, I was just.
well,
Oh,
it's all electric except she has gas for her furnace.
Yeah, there's heat pump.
That's
That's not, that's not.
Right, no.
She was the first one I thought of.
Right.
that doesn't.
With you, don't you live in that general area?
I live up on River Stage, so I don't know.
Okay,
It's probably not the same route because you have to access the off of 550.
It's
oh,
worth plugging though. You should
Okay.
ask if you were
Yeah.
willing to offer.
That might be, I do have gas coming to the home. I don't use it.
can you see?
Well, if you don't use it, then that's.
You don't have to tell anybody.
You can be like, I've
They're gonna
chosen
put the driveway,
to not
they're gonna
use
see-
my,
They're gonna see the gas meter and say.
I've chosen to not use it.
But, I mean, I use it for twice a year for my water heater. I mean, not my water heater, for my, at Christmas when I want to turn my fireplace on. And I use it for my grill.
Well, I think you should just tell that to people, yes, what's wrong with that?
Although it's, I mean, so I consider it all like home, but, and probably if I was doing it again, I wouldn't bother with it because I don't use that gas at all.
Well, that's
Right.
even more of a, you're selling electric.
yeah, right.
That's
I mean,
fine.
it's actually
Even
good
if you
choice.
have the
It's a
choice to
yeah.
use gas,
And then it's just don't.
and you don't
use
use it, that's actually like a really
Yeah, yeah, it's there. I think it's.
option.
Yeah, yeah, the fall.
I don't know, it's
Do
probably,
you wanna
it's
let me know
probably
this?
actually hot.
Yeah, because we may not, I need to know, maybe I should have known that, right?
I see. Okay, I'll ask her when.
Likewise, I have mostly an all-electric home with a gas radiant floor, but I put in an air source heat pump to offset the gas use in that floor. So I'm weaning myself off of gas. But it's not,
Unfortunately, I think you're gonna be in the Ridgway zone that they're trying, like, they've got a geographic desire.
oh, okay, I didn't hear that part.
Hey, Terry.
Hey,
Hi. Snuck
Hey.
in.
hey, Preston, I didn't receive any agenda or invite. I don't know if I'm off the list or just fell through the cracks.
Yeah, you gotta re-up, Terry, I wanna get the emails.
Yeah, I might
Come
have,
on, Terry.
I'll have to look back. I might have accidentally forgot to put your email address. If so, sorry about that, Terry.
No problem. I actually knew there was a meeting because I saw Dave riding his bike into the park as I was coming.
So that's how you know.
Yeah,
I'll make a note, make sure I don't forget that.
That's my little.
The Soleil services one, right?
Pretty neat. Spelled that, is that?
Yes.
The home service device.
Oh, cool.
That's got
My
Irish
family's
spelling.
Irish. See what's my dad's.
Did somebody say there's been two of them?
Yep, August 2nd from 5 to 8:30 p.m.
So I can guarantee that we won't do it because we have, county coming in the following week. And Ellie is in this thing. For surgery, it's just at the end of
Oh.
this thing, so she's not.
You have that on your calendar?
She's not-
I don't, because I will not be in the country, so I didn't put it on my calendar, but I found it on the trust website.
It's still-
Where are you gonna be?
Yeah.
We're gonna be in Greece.
For honeymoon.
Yes.
Honeymoon.
Honeymoon, yes.
No, absolutely. It's such a good
That's so
bonus.
exciting.
Okay. Alright, well, it's good to know that they're willing to like partner with us and showcase an electric home, and if we wanted to do that, we can have like a fun plan, it's doing trivia or something there, you know, I don't know what they.
But along these lines, when we get in deep into this, all the education, I think we ought to look into the possibility of organizing our own.
Open house.
Open house or.
Yeah.
or,
Oh, that's true.
or people that, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have to partner with Home Trust. We
It
can
just felt like not stepping on Home Trust toes was the.
That's a good point, that's a good point, I don't wanna step on.
Yeah, and it's still like the idea of reaching out to the people who like the funds, to try and get information. what are the bills, you know, the happy, you know, what the issues they've had. And still, and I have that thing, but we still need to try to get some info to people who are looking at building a home, saying, think electric, you know, electric. And then we can do that.
I have an interesting pair of homes that are about the same size. That are very similar in builds, and I did gas in my house right next to you. And my Jake's house is very, very similar to my, like there, it's like, well, that was easy. But his house is all electric, has the solar,
And
and they're basic, well, they have a garden. The cat. And so, but they're very similar, and I think Sam and Jeff would be pretty willing to let me see what current bills are. Those two would be a really interesting comparison, just because they're within 100 square feet of each other, 2-story.
Would they build about the same?
Yes.
thing?
Oh, yeah, like they really are
Oh, that's
very
perfect.
similar, and it just so happens that it's two people who are pretty invested in making that piece clear.
And one of the other things is you've seen people putting in electric and regretting it. And part of it is because they don't know how to make it work. So, you know,
What's an example?
Tricia, you mentioned Tricia, you know, was kind of turning off the electric as you did it. I need to talk to her more about that, but I think those people don't understand how to play the game with SMJ power rates, and you know, you don't want to be turning your furnace up between 4 and 9. You want to turn your furnace up at 9 and
That-
ramp it up to a full story.
But that's actually just a great education piece. But that's a great education piece for everyone.
Yeah.
The number of conversations I've had with people pointing out that, oh, you have a new washer and dryer. I set my wash to start at 5 AM, so then I get up and put it in the dryer,
Right.
right? But the only thing that I can't really deal with or don't want to is cooking and taking a shower after work.
Yeah.
Like, the dishwasher could be run on a delay,
Exactly.
like,
In fact, at taking a shower, you can program, if you've got heat on water, you can put it time wise, so you can tell it not to heat up for your day.
I guess what I'm saying is, it could be a more general education, because right now, some of people's reticence about all electric is. Well, my electric bill has gone through the roof, so why would I wanna go all electric?
Fair.
And so that would be a good public service across the community, whether you're on gas and electric, to try to think about. What ways, the things you have that aren't electric, you can manage. Cause if we can make our electric bills less scary, that would be useful.
Also, I think Trisha has a tankless electric water heater, which is like the most least efficient kind of electric appliance you could ever buy.
Yeah, she told me that, and I did ask her why she just gave a increase her problem.
Anyway, we need to educate people, don't get a tankless. That's the first thing.
I reduced her pump in Bonham, one circuit for hot water uses.
Right.
I'm gonna research and
So my son has a house in town that's one of the oldest houses, and he put a heat pump in the house with the glow, with, you can call them this,
Down these,
the ducts.
the minis.
Yeah, it's a really old funky house, and there are a lot of really old funky houses in Ridgway, which is on the high. And yet it's all electric except for the water heater. Right, it's just super funky house, but at least people could see what it would look like in an old house living in. I'm sure they would mind showing
Yes.
it. It's a super tiny miniature little house on Charles Street, so
Yeah.
put that in the back of. We're like a funky house for the people in town with old funky houses, there's a lot of them.
That's cool.
I think we're kind of merging into the impact grant type work, but I think these are all good ideas for when we're working and we work with the whoever's working on, you know, the education. We should coordinate that and do a lot of this that we're talking about. Maybe including some sort of home tour.
Sounds good. All right, thanks you guys. All right.
All right, so the zero waste thing, I'll go through a few things here. So we had the first one, the last concert, and I think I would characterize it as successful, but not yet sustainable. We ended up with 4 bags of compost, 2 bags of recycling, and 1 bag of trash.
Nice.
And that's through the waste containers that we had control over. That's not including the other bins around the park and stuff. So I'm not sure what went in those bins, but we didn't put signs on them saying don't use these bins. We decided that was a good idea. But for what we were in control of, we did, I thought, pretty well. And of course, all the landfill is from stuff that people brought in that we don't have any control over. We didn't generate any landfill at all, except for potato chip bags and some portion cups, coming from portion cups that one of the vendors brought that shouldn't. The potato chip bags was from the guy doing the barbecue, and I said in advance, you know, we'll go ahead and allow that. We should be able to pull that pretty easily. So except for that, you know, we didn't generate any waste.
That's awesome.
So a couple things. So back to the portion cups and the potato chip bags. I talked to both of those vendors. I explained to the one vendor that his portion cups weren't compostable. He's already ordered compostable ones for going forward. He also used some paper, aluminized paper thing for his burritos. And I asked him to try and come up with something else, like just compostable wax paper, so we'll see what he comes up with that. Those were a little bit hard to separate out. Yeah, look for those. And then the potato chip bag issue, I talked to him yesterday. Yesterday, I guess I called him, and we went over some ideas, and I explained that we're separating those out, but it's people will wad it up with inside of a bunch of other waste, and so it's hard to catch all of them. And he said, well, here's what I can do. I can, because he wasn't charged with potato chips. I said, I asked if, you know, to the separate price that he put potato chips, and no, we just had those in there. And then he got thinking, said, you know what I could do is I could have another price on my menu for a side. And I could do a side of potato salad or beans or something like that and charge extra for it. I'll make more money and we won't have to change some things. So
Nice.
we worked that out. So he's gonna do that. So by this week, I'm hoping we are truly not just 99%, but 100% most of it. So that's good. Dave's aware of this, and anybody that's worked at one of these is aware of it. You have to catch every single person putting something in this. You can't, the monitors, and I have this highlighted in red here, the monitors have to work. They can't sit around, they can't visit. I should have been visiting with you. You just can't do it. You have to watch every single one. And I watched people come up with a thing of compost or a recycle or maybe a mix of the two, and look at our signs. And our signs are very professional. I have samples of those signs. I can show you what I came up with. I guess you've seen it, but I mean, I can't think of anything more to do than what we did. And people come up, they look at their stuff, and I think they're maybe confused because there's some plastic here and stuff in the compost. They don't realize, they don't look at the samples, they don't realize that that's all compostable. They didn't read the sign on the vendors that said everything that we provide is compostable. And they look at it and kind of look at it for a little bit and then throw it in the trash, or they look at it and so they just don't take the time, or it's confusing to them. I'm not sure what it is, but if you catch every single one of them, they are more than happy, almost all, to you know, take your direction and put it where it belongs. So the big, and that's why I think it's not sustainable. I don't think it's possible to do zero waste without monitors that are on top of.
Because you can't be passive, you have to have the initiative to engage people.
Right.
Can I help you?
Right.
Exactly.
Not even that, I just didn't stand there, when somebody comes up and says, that goes here, thank you very much. And, you know, and so, yeah, and if you don't, I watched one guy, and I know him, and he's very environmentally focused. You looked at that, looked at the compost, you looked at the stuff that he had in his hands, it was all compostable, you looked at the sign, and he spread it back. It's like, oh my God, and I even told him, that goes here. And he just threw it back. So,
It's just.
Can we teach them?
yeah, so, but, and the good news is I think, you know, not all these people are gonna come every year, but we are teaching people. We are teaching people, and they have to. I believe that's one of our big functions on this committee is we're teaching people, so we have to be willing to engage and teach it, let's say it's.
I'm curious what you do with the 4 bags of compost.
So, it goes to the public works, they have a compost.
that?
It's at our public works facility.
Oh, on the hill?
No, it's just
No,
right
it's-
over here.
Oh, because I drove mine all the way to go into Delta that.
The Delta compost.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
it's way out there, isn't it?
that's so bad.
Yeah.
For 2 bags of the
It's,
compost.
as
That's
it goes by, it's 2.5 miles from our farm.
Oh, so can anybody dump the compost at your facility?
No, it's not a touted for the public, but we have a throw and drop off, that would be a poly cart, but it's actually like a roll off.
Well, I'm supposed to use the composting for the Omega's funeral for memorial. Could I put a bag or 2 in instead of driving all the way? to
You could also have the one make Sturtevant to see if you would do a one-time pickup for Vegas thing.
Ooh,
Dirty
is that-
smart.
Yeah, I would
Who
give
is
you it
that?
worth a shot for a one-time.
Dirty.
Sturdy.
Yeah,
You wouldn't do it? What's that?
You need an industrial composting facility to compost the plastic.
I've got the bags.
But he swears
Right
he can.
there.
Whether you can or can't.
I guess you could ask him. if he said-
Oh, I've asked him, like, can you do
Yeah.
the parchment paper that says it's
Thank you.
compostable, and he goes, yep, if it says it's compostable, I can do it, whether I believe it or not.
I would question the forks.
I'm just telling you, he'll tell you he can't, if you wanna question it, don't call him.
Yeah, who is he?
He's John Sturman's brother,
But what's his business then?
he runs Dirty Sturdy's compost, I don't have his phone number, I mean, Jake has it.
Dirty
Yeah, but
So anyway, back to this, the sort of lesson learned. We figured out a couple things in terms of setting up the tent and orienting and stuff. And I've written up a set of instructions. We're gonna put this in with the kit. I have a weight fishing kit. But I'll email it to everybody that's gonna be, doing the setup. The setup and tear down is a fair amount of work. Just because it takes some time and there's a few little things that are kind of, you have to kind of think through, and I tried to kind of write them down. How you attach the waste bin sign, how, how the sign holder works and how it attaches to the barrel and stuff. There's a few things like that. I tried to make it as simple as possible, but it's kind of hard to do. You wouldn't probably be able to do it by just reading this instructions without somebody helping. So, I plan to be at each of the events to help this set.
What's one?
I won't be yours, this next meeting. Because I think you can do that on your own. No.
I'm happy. The most dysfunctional person's gonna get the.
I will be at yours at the turnout, but I won't be in town. I won't be
I
coming
don't
back.
even know where any of this stuff is.
Yeah, so she's gonna help you set up.
What time? Well, I think you go last time.
I started at 4, but I had to also meet with all the members, so I think if you're there at 5, if you start.
Okay, come in here and find you at 5 o'clock on Thursday.
And,
Okay,
If you give you my cell phone, I'm gonna just make sure I have yours, maybe after the meeting.
Okay,
So anyway, I think I made it about as simple as it can be, but there's still a fair amount of work to set up and tear down. So I'll plan to be for setup and maybe tear down for all the weeks just to help out.
Thank you.
But maybe I'll find out after the first week that they were able to work from the
We won't let you know.
That's true.
I don't know how many helpers people still live in study.
So that's a problem. You'll need,
Where's the one the asshole?
you need one more at least.
Yeah,
You have me, cause this is the only one I can do.
you're gonna help me?
That's the only one I can do, we get to hang together.
Sure, you'll be there the whole time? Okay, that's just.
How long is it until
And it's just
You
the two of us.
you can't visit. You
You
can't.
can't visit, if you need to visit, then I'll make Jake.
We can visit, I don't want to stand there, I've done this before.
That's cumbersome because you start visiting and then somebody sneaks out behind you.
Oh, hey, you don't have to tell me.
Should be about, probably, be about right, so.
Oh, oh.
So, okay, so I think that's, yeah, I mean, I've got these instructions, I'll email them to you. If you have a chance to read it before you do your thing, if you have any questions, want some clarification, let me know.
What time is paper?
When it's over, I mean, this
Yeah.
band wouldn't quit. This band just kept playing and playing and playing, and I think family John said they're going to out the holidays. So it's whenever the band's out playing. And then you have to wait for a little bit because people are coming. 6:30. Okay, they've collected their trash and waiting for the end, right? So if you get a bit of a rush for the end. But you can start tearing down some things a little bit before you tempt you down there.
So when I did it last year, a young person came around and took out when they were full, the bags, is that,
So,
do we do it now ourselves?
No, yeah.
so I think we're
Okay,
person.
so it's the same setup as last.
One thing, and I don't have this on the list, but make sure you know who that person is before it starts. They should come around and say, right, they should come around and say, and solicit their help to help you put up the tent and stuff like that, if they're not doing anything else.
Yeah, they'll have the public works, the Ridgway logo, the Ridgway Public Works shirt, so you'll know exactly what company the.
Probably Patrick or any,
Exactly. Or Bobby would probably do one or two. Yeah.
but, and they're very helpful.
Yeah, they're adorable.
I found that there were a couple times that I needed to replace the compost bag and Patrick wasn't around, so I took it out, but they parked the skid steer right here where they're putting all that trash, so you just take it out and carry it right
I
out.
was asking for extra bags, and just stick them
Just put it on the bottom.
And we do that, for the compost, we have special compost bags and the extra bags and like the waste kit, waste station kit that I have. And you'll keep that with you at the waste station, so you just pull it and one thing that, this is kind of in details, but the waste, those compost bags are huge. And they don't hang over the barrel and stay put, so what I found out that I can do is you pull it tight. And you tie a little overhead knot in it,
Okay,
and then you still, there's some clips in it saying, bind clips, you still want to probably figure out the bind clips.
okay.
You want to be a little bit careful with them, that they're stronger than I thought, they're really thin,
The bag,
the bags.
oh, they're so strong. for
But they're pretty strong, but they do puncture, so be careful when you're pulling them out, that you're not with them. Okay, anyway, I think that's enough.
Thanks.
There's enough detail in this to answer any questions and look forward to be there.
Thanks for all the work on it. So we have coverage for all the remaining hospitals.
Good stuff. You're the 23rd, you're the 16th, and I'm doing the Yes, I enjoyed it.
Meet people.
Oh, you can't talk to people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have to visit.
Put it here.
One thing that's asked is, a lot of people come up and say, thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't care, a lot of people come up and say, thank you.
I've had people trying to give me money.
Wow.
I didn't have the mean.
Try and give you money.
There's,
Dave.
We'll take your money, but next week.
one last thing that, I haven't been able to fix yet is there's the track, booster team or whatever set up a tent pretty close to where the waste tent is. And they were doing river floats and they weren't putting those in compostable cups. So I didn't know they would do that, so I didn't catch them in time. But I got a text from, I got the text of the number from one of them. And I texted them and I just sent them information, but she hasn't responded yet, so I don't know if next week they'll be using.
What group?
I think it's the, Ridgway cross country or track team, which your guys does. So, I assumed they talked to somebody and said it was okay for them to set it, but I didn't. And they went on my food list, so I, you know. Arrange,
Yeah.
so be ready for that.
Maybe we can even note from the town saying this is.
Well, it's not required, it's strongly suggested.
So.
It's not the problem.
Well, wasn't that the thing,
You're talking about using compostable,
forcing people to use?
correct, we don't have a policy in place yet, but there's no reason for anyone to buy at this point, right? So, but I guess you never know, but yeah, correct, it's not set in stone, mandatory.
Can't force them to do it, but we can tell them you can't come.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Can we do that now, because we don't have that place?
Yeah, no, I think we need to work on it, they seem very happy to do it, they thought they were getting compostable cups. But they weren't, they were
Oh,
passing
well,
by,
there you go, they just made.
so they just, hopefully they'll be, it'll be fine next week, but I just haven't circled back and close with. But, so there's the only
They're
other.
responsible.
Okay, number 5, next presentation for the town. That's gonna be August, right?
Yeah, and so sorry this keeps getting pushed out, but I think it makes sense to, the next town council meeting is tomorrow evening, but, just having a follow-up. And kind of a culminating presentation on how all of this went for the month of July. Having them all showcase all those efforts. Makes sense at the August 12th town council meeting, so.
So they have to be like that, so we can do.
That's true.
Okay.
So I would propose that we do a summary of that, summary of the zero waste. And I would like to talk a little bit about the zero waste roadmap for the town, that we,
Whatever you all want, talk about.
and then I don't know if that we really have much more status than we need out of the progress, and that would be going to pretty good. Has anybody talked to Christina about her, like these,
She did the Reggie Garden.
yeah, the reason that she's.
Wasn't she moved?
Yeah, she's moved, so I'm assuming she's basically out committee, but I think we need to send her out.
Oh, reach out to her just to confirm. I think we should hear it straight from her.
Is that something that I should do, or,
We can do it, if you don't mind, send her a note, just.
I understand, you can bring Ryan and James, but he's having. I think you need to start advertising with more members. I think Terry said he'd be happy to come back on.
Very, very, and we have one leading to the neighborhood.
Ooh.
Very good.
All right.
Oh, great. Yay. Cool.
Well, you see him or her, they let her know.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, well, they just bought a house in the neighborhood, but she and her husband are both involved with solar and the batteries and a lot of experience. So things green. That's possible.
Well, good.
Two
Restaurants for staff.
you should find out.
Without talking to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Why,
Just
just
to make sure.
You're supposed to talk. Why don't you know?
Okay, so to close up on that one, I'd be happy to do the presentation, whatever we can take, maybe I'll do an update on the, zero waste, we need an update on the, EV ride drive. And then, I'll do a little thing on the roadmap. Yeah.
If you have friends who might be interested in having an EV car, might be interested in coming to the, shoot me a note, I'll let them know. I mean, we'll be fine, but it's nice to have really interested people, so.
An unusual car, crazy car.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good, living now too,
That was the,
you just got one? Just came out.
that was the, he's got EV showroom. Yeah, so we've got. I suspect, if he's in town, I'll be there, so, yeah, Val was invited and we have a Tesla.
If Val comes with his art, I'll be fetch out, because it's, I'm on the list, but it's like forever to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is the second English car on. Okay.
Oh.
My son. Yeah.
All right, let's see, what was the last time?
Terry, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, Dave's, I guess, in that last Rebel meeting, I mentioned to SMPA about their potential participation in the EV drive, the rendezvous thing, but I didn't get any firm feedback from them. Has anybody else received any firm feedback?
No, I've been trying to, I know Phil's been out of town, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I need to circle back, I haven't gotten any firm.
Yes, I sent a note to Wiley, asking who's the lead for SMPA, but I don't have anything back yet, but I'll let you know.
It may be Paul Hora, the key accounts executive, my old replacement. He may be the Paul Hora. So I'll ping them again after this meeting just to make sure that they see it in writing. But just to be clear, we're asking them to participate in the rendezvous booth, the EV ride event, and possibly offer up some goodies for some giveaways, some beneficial electrification giveaways. And they've got a bunch of posters and stuff like that on beneficial electrification.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I've also told folks that they're gonna provide lunch
yeah, same. Well, that's good. And like,
for the drivers.
Eco Action
Oh,
Partners said,
okay.
talked to me like a month ago and they wanted to do it, but they haven't followed back, so,
And an
So-
electric golf raffle.
yeah, we're the back there.
And the electric golf cart giveaway.
Oh, that's even better than the bike, yeah.
It's a- I think it was
Electric
a-
car.
It was a raffle for an e-bike if they signed up for Totally Green at the booth or something.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'll ping Wiley in particular and let him delegate to whomever he wants to, whether it's Alex or Paul or whomever. But
Okay.
and who should I copy here on that, just to put additional pressure on it, because they don't listen to me anymore.
Sheridan.
Yeah, Sheridan, please.
Sheridan, okay,
Thanks, Terry.
cool, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, it should be, if they sign that or if they're already signed up.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're already, that would be fair if they were already, that's so true.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
signs.
Exactly.
Well, that's funny. I know.
That's the way I feel every time the 50 thing comes around. It's like, yeah, I'm sign back up.
Mm.
And the trip to along the Rhine River or whatever. Okay, and the last thing is just approval of the minutes.
I move we approve the minutes.
And Sheridan not hard enough to. So,
I second that.
all in favor, aye,
I,
okay. All right, good meeting, be careful out there.
Yeah, got it.
you know, I had.
Thanks, Terry.
I think it was in Calgary for 10 years, so I was there.
Oh,
Most of months out.
Yeah,
years and
it's
10
scary
years
that
out,
too.
too.
I-
The fire is necessary, but oh, it's just so hard.
It's amazing, first the Calgary fire at the time, that was a huge fire, And it's nothing, that's not.
See you later, Terry.
Good.